Alright guys, what's up? I'm gonna have to put this in like two-part video because I don't know how to edit anything yet. So I've got a 2017 Chevy Colorado with the Duramax. I bought a 1.5 inch body lift, which it says on there that you can't do it only if you have a gas truck with a gas engine. The biggest issue is on the diesels. Let me get some light in here. On the diesels you have a clutch fan and you have all this, whereas on the gas engines you have electric fans. Honestly, if you really wanted to, you could probably delete this clutch fan just like you would on any other old vehicle and do a really nice fan shroud, probably from Summit Racing, and just get some measurements, find one that fits with dual electric fans, and probably run it like that. I don't know, maybe I'll end up doing that. This is just right now, I've just loosened all this, and I'm taking this, it's kind of a secondary part of the fan shroud. It's like a guard, but the fan itself is down here. Anyways, I'm at the point now where I've got some pressure on it, so really just trying to give y'all a heads up. I removed the air box that was here because it's going to come up 1.5 inches, and this hose is probably going to be too short when it does that. I went ahead and just disconnected it and got it out of the way so I could see down in here. This really isn't a sophisticated piece of hose. I would just need to find one that's longer in the bend right here, or maybe even add just a little coupling extension here with two rubber another piece of rubber to seal it back off, but not really that big a deal. If I need to, I'll run the box loose for a little bit. I'm trying to do this on a weekend. I gotta have my truck for work, and I went ahead and took this off because it mounts to the body, and I wasn't sure if these hoses were going to be long enough. So first steps, loosen this, go ahead and take your air box. Probably I should have did completely remove the fan shroud and this guard. I think maybe just running it without this guard will give me enough room. I guess I'll let you know on the second video, but I'm getting too far in. I'm going to forget some of this stuff. So this is the passenger side. It's already done. The passenger side, I had no issues. Can you see that? There we go. That's the new blocks, 1.5 inch blocks. There was no issues on the passenger side as far as anything stretching too far. I didn't have to disconnect any wires or anything. The directions aren't great. They tell you how to do a lot of stuff, but they don't give you a whole lot of pictures. So this, I'm up front. This is the body mount on the front core support right here. This one's a little tricky. You got to go way up because this is kind of cupped in here. Get the body mount in there and then put your factory one back on it. And yeah, so I got to get all that lined up. They're still loose. Their bolts are in, but they're loose. The biggest pain in the butt, and I've had this off before because I put a little 6,000 pound winch and I just run it with a just so it would fit. I'll just run it with a snatch block if I need more than 6,000 pounds. Biggest issue is all this plastic. This takes time. I know how to kind of work around it and not take everything loose, but to be honest, just take all the little screws out. They're little screws like this, little Torx. Get them out of your way, pull all that stuff loose. It lets all this fascia, the whole front piece, it's like one giant piece from here, the grill, and everything has to come out. So take your time. If you need to take it completely off, I'm hoping I've managed to bypass taking it off again. It takes a lot of time not breaking stuff, getting that off. Okay, so more importantly, I'm on the driver's side. The light is terrible. Sorry, I know I'm moving around a lot. I just figured there's going to be some Duramax owners that want to know. So I'm on the driver's side fender well, and I can get that to lay down with some light. Behind the fender well liner, you just pull it back and you'll see all kinds of fun stuff. This whole thing, and this is probably for the gas or diesel, because it tells me to disconnect. The directions actually tell you to disconnect, they just don't show you where. So this is your sensor for your ABS. I'm gonna see if there's enough slack in this. There may be. I'm already part of the way up. It may be okay to leave that one in, but I know this bracket was right here, so I had to pop the pin out of that one, and then there's another one back. There's another one back here. So basically this thing cradles this whole frame. I popped this one off. I got a pry bar and just doom, and popped the whole thing, and it raised it up. And now it lets all this excess loose. The next thing is to move a little further back on the frame, and all of these fuel and brake line stuff has got to come loose from the little frame clips. Let's see if I can get that into view. Just 1 second. Yeah, there's one there. So right here, that's a frame clip. I just took it loose. There's one up there. You can't see it, but it's right. It is right in there. It's attached to the frame. Just follow all these hard lines. I think just releasing this clip from the hard lines from the frame and the one right before it all turns up, I think will be enough to let this just have a nice sweeping upward flow. You know, this will just leave this one maybe and just let it run uphill. It's metal line. I mean, obviously it's bent to fit. So, and this is your emergency brake cable. Normally it runs in here. Really sorry about the video. It normally runs through here, through this body mount here. You got to completely take it all the way out, pull it back, feed it on top up here. It's going to go and it's just going to lay on top. This is the new mount. Once it's all lifted, it tells you where to drill a new hole. So that little hook will go in the old hole, something like that, and the new bolt will go through the new hole here. And it just lets that raise your emergency brake cable because it is attached to the body up there. And then it'll snap back into the new hole. And then you can reconnect all your emergency brake cable. So this is going to be, I'm just going to label it as part 1. It does tell you to take this ground wire loose because obviously already I don't even have body mounts in yet, and it's already not reaching. So really the driver's side is what you're going to have to pay attention to. The driver's side has all the wires. Passenger was nothing, worked fine. And then it says something about loosening this here also, which I don't know, mine's stretching here but not here, even though I don't know, maybe the bolt needs to come out. I'll let y'all know if that works out or really gets messed up, but I'll be the guinea pig. So far it looks like I'm not too far away from actually getting the body mounts on the driver's side. I really just need to go ahead and get all this out so it's not in a bind. I don't want to put it in a bind trying to get the last inch or so. So I'm going to post the video. I don't know, try to hit the Colorado fans website maybe, just to let everybody know the video's up. And this will be part 1, hopefully, of only 2. And if I run into any more issues, I'll let you know. But if this video gets posted, then that means it worked, because I won't post unless part 2 works out. So if you got any questions, just comment, just give me some time. I'm not big on Facebook and social media, whatever. So but yeah, ask any questions. I promise I will go back and check, because there's just not a whole lot of information. So all right guys, later.